Hello, everyone. I'm going to answer our final discussion question for this semester. So that's exciting. What are some of the forms of privilege you've had that have helped you in your life? I feel like um, my parents were married and lived together their entire lives until they both passed away. Um, Both sets of my grandparents stayed married their entire lives. I definitely feel like that's a place of privilege for me. My parents worked really hard. They got married really young. My mom was 16 when she got pregnant. They actually had to travel to another state because they could not get married in the state where they lived because my mom was underage. And so they started out a little rocky, but both worked really hard. And I'm thankful I had a great childhood with wonderful parents who loved me well and took very good care of me, and I'm thankful for that. Um, I've also been married to my high school sweetheart for almost 34 years now. That is definitely a privilege. We've always been fortunate to have good jobs and um, good working environments, so I'm very thankful for all of those things and try to recognize those and continuously be thankful for those things. And some forms of structural inequality or oppression that may have worked against us, and how do you make sense of those things? The oppression, I mean, I guess maybe I'm a female, but I'll be honest, I haven't ever really felt like I didn't get something because I was a female or that I was mistreated in a working environment because I was a female. I was in a foreign country several years ago, and I was definitely a minority there. I was female, I was white, I was Christian. All of those things were super minority in that country. I had went up to a man in a shopping area. He was a security guard, and asked him for directions to a certain store. My husband was with me, and the man wouldn't look at me. He wouldn't answer me. He physically turned his body and would only speak to my husband. He would not speak directly to me. That was different. That experience changed my perspective on some things with inequality and privilege and being treated a certain way just because I looked a certain way. And that was challenging for me for sure. And so, how do you make sense of those things? Was another question. It's a really hard question. I've had to sit and ponder that a bit. And I think that is, I mean, I think it's a sin issue. And we talked about looking at our own biases. I've made some notes here in this class and in this program as a whole. And I think lots of those types of things when we treat other people poorly or allow other people to be treated poorly, the base of that is a sin issue. Now, not everyone's going to agree with me on that, and that's okay. Um, every person is definitely responsible for their own actions and for the way they treat others and for the way they allow others to be treated. Um, I mean, that's why we went into social work, right? To try to make sure everyone is treated well and that we can advocate for those who are not able to advocate for themselves. And so those are my thoughts on that. It was a tough question to end the semester with. So I hope everyone has a good holiday. Thanks.